Hi, I'm Dave Blaskowitz with Invest Detroit, and I'm standing in front of the Jefferson School, the future home of Invest Detroit. We're thrilled to be in this area and to be in this stage of development. This is an area that we've been investing in for a very long period of time. Just adjacent to the school, we have the Eco Homes, 14 zero-impact homes that we did in partnership with MDI. Just up the street, as part of the Selden Innovation Corridor, we've been investing in brew schools, office space, housing, and public spaces for this community. So an area of significant investment for Invest Detroit. So what's our goal here? Our goal is to increase the population of these areas, to increase the job opportunities in these areas, and to make them walkable and livable communities. What we're really excited about are the mission-based components that we're bringing to this project. The support for small businesses will be co-located with the businesses themselves. So we're bringing in nonprofits and other service-based organizations that support small businesses.
I'm Marcia Ventura with Invest Detroit. I'm on the real estate lending staff.
And my name is Jason Winkler. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Q Factor, and together with my business partner and wife Ellen, we take beautiful buildings like this one and we turn them into office spaces that we call industry.
We are here in Midtown Detroit on Selden, right at the Lodge. We're looking at the former Jefferson School. It was built by an architect who built most of the schools, designed most of the schools in the city of Detroit.
Part of what really makes this project exciting for us is the building itself. And the bones of the building are incredible. The size of it is actually just about perfect. It's about 120,000 square feet. But what we'll see as we walk through it is that we've retained some of the nuggets of really cool school character. And then we've torn the other stuff back to the frame because really we want to recreate those rooms.
This is an area where we've been active for a very long time throughout all of our history. And so in 2017, we, along with Midtown Detroit, took the opportunity to acquire this building as a strategic acquisition.
And there's so much development and so much energy right here nearby. And then there's a bunch of residential, but there isn't a lot of office here.
Not much at all.
And there are people, people want to live kind of close to where they work and close to where they eat, and that part of the equation is missing here.
There is some concern in the market about the future of office and what office will be after COVID, post-COVID. The expectation is companies will want less space, but we're going to be able to accommodate that very easily. And we can configure these walls so that we can accommodate more small companies or fewer large companies.
We have several buildings in a handful of cities across the US. And what's been really cool is that you've got, call them the big companies and the little companies, the older established folks and the younger companies, but they learn from each other. So of course, you'd think, oh, those fledgling little companies with 3 people on a startup, and they've got this concept and they're gonna learn from the big guys. But the big guys also learn from the little guys,
yes,
which is really great. So you've got truly an information exchange. A big company might know the sophisticated process to get something done, but these little companies are scrappy and they come up with cool, innovative ideas. It becomes truly a community, an ecosystem full of different business people helping each other grow.
There's a lot of resources around town to support small businesses. And we are working to bring some of that in-house at Invest Detroit, but also make the ecosystem for small businesses a little bit easier to access. And that's part of our vision for this property as well.
Enough of us rambling out here in the field. Let's go and let's walk the school. Let's show these guys what it looks like inside. So now we're at the corner of 4th and Frank. Selden is like just right over there, so the field we were in is right around the corner. But what was kind of an unused street will become an outdoor courtyard. We had this great space at grade here, and our parking is in the lot right across the street. So it really becomes this outdoor space that we think folks are going to utilize, again, when the weather's nice all the time. What was an exterior courtyard is going to become our interior entrance.
And we're going to glass the top, right?
Yep, so there'll be lots of light coming down, big skylights in here.
Yes, it'll be beautiful.
And one of the really cool things that adaptive reuse lets you do is when you can turn an exterior wall into an interior wall, it just provides the coolest feeling. And it's cool. So because it's an interior wall, we don't have to replace the pretty old windows. We can actually fix them up and use them. So these will look just like they look now, which is really great. Yeah, so let's get into what will be inside.
You can see this used to be a classroom because you can see where the chalkboards were, and you can see kind of where the wall was. So we're opening the building to make it more open concept.
You can see where these are going to make actually really nice offices. And so some of the walls you see will still get archways cut into them, but a lot of the walls have just been removed where they weren't in the right locations. The majority of what we're looking at here is really going to be office. As the building is kind of demoed right now, you can see how much natural light kind of comes teeming through all the windows. With our use of a lot of glass walls, a lot of which are demountable and we can move around, that really lets that light come from the exterior all the way through.
The building.
Yeah, it makes a huge, and it really makes a huge difference to have natural light kind of wherever you are. It brings a lightness to the building, and we find that really important. So we'll maintain that. This is one of the areas that we're keeping, the cafeteria/auditorium. The area up front, you can kind of see that's the old stage, and that'll be kind of rebuilt with offices. We'll still nod back to what it once was. And then the ceilings, as you can see, are a little bit damaged, but the main kind of beams that come across we'll be able to maintain.
Yeah, when we bought the building, it had a drop ceiling, so we couldn't see any of this ornate work up on the barrel roof.
And then we'll keep these lights and some other fun things hanging from the ceiling, again, to make sure that you can tell what it was in its former life. It's a really unique space. Up above us, the old viewing deck, which I think was turned into a teacher's lounge.
Yes.
But that'll be more office above us, probably with glass in front looking down.
I think it was 2019, we had an event here. Vans came into the skateboarding event, and in preparation for the event, they sent their artists in and did murals on the stairwells, and they're kind of interesting murals, right?
And a few are going to stay. The ones that are really, cool and in the right places, we're going to keep. And again, just another fun piece of the history of the building.
Exactly right.
So we are now down in what used to be the boys and girls locker rooms, and so. Before, this space was incredibly dark and kind of dingy feeling.
Very dingy.
When we were able to pull everything back, we've got really nice light on all sides. We're not 100% sure what the users will be here, but we think this could be a great space for some, for potentially art galleries or other creative users. So we're approaching another cool area that's going to be maintained, and that's the gymnasium. But coming into this spot, it was magically preserved. I mean, this area in the school didn't get changed, I bet, for 50 years. I mean, everything is...
No, it's exactly the same, and we had somebody approach us who wanted to come in and see the gym because she played basketball here when she was growing up, and she said the gym really hadn't changed. It brought back all kinds of memories for her, so it's nice.
So this area, I mean, really will be, when we're done, it will look just like this. It'll just have new things added to it. So. The gymnasium will, all the cool things in the ceiling, all of it will pretty much get left. Folks will be working in offices that are perched in an old gymnasium. This is one of the most preserved old rooms, right? The library up here really was the best maintained, and the ceiling is in the best shape, and just the cool woodwork and everything in this room. And you can really tell it's a library. So I think, when you come up in here and it's in its office, you will know exactly what this was. So Marsha, where are we walking right now? This is special, right?
We are heading towards the future home of Invest Detroit.
This area is, again, big and wide open and is perfect, to create one big tenant space. And then this will allow all the configurations that you guys need for your kind of conference and meeting areas, your solo offices, your open workspaces. And again, when we do an adaptive reuse project with an old building, it does not get any better than this, just with these big open spaces, spread apart columns. So we really love it. All right, guys, well, that's a wrap.
That's the tour.
That's a tour of the former Jefferson School, but forever Jefferson School, soon to be Industry Detroit.
Well, we're particularly excited about moving into this space and getting the full team back together under one roof. Having us all in one place that we helped to create is really an exciting concept, and I'm looking forward to it.